Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fighters Anthology as we continue with the reference material. Today we will be going over the AN-74 Kohler. AN-74 Kohler. Title Antonov AN-72 and AN-74. NATO reporting name Kohler. Type Twin Turbofan Light Skull Transport. Program. First of two prototype AN-72s built at Kiev flew 22nd of December 1977. After 8 pre-series aircraft manufactured transferred to Kharkov, AN-74 Polar Transport announced February of 1984. AN-72P Maritime Patrol version demonstrated in 1992. Production of AN-72 and AN-74 variants currently 20 a year. Design features: primary role as STOL replacement for turboprop AN-26 with emphasis on freight carrying, ejection of exhaust efflux over upper wing surface and down over large multi-slotted flaps gives considerable increase in lift. Special ramp door as AN-26, low pressure tires and multi-wheel landing gear for operation from unprepared strips, ice or snow. High-set engines avoid foreign object ingestion, wing leading edge sweep back 17 degrees anhedral approximately 10 degrees on outer wings, normal takeoff flaps setting 25 to 30 degrees max deflection 60 degrees, swept back fin and rudder. Structure: all metal multi-spar wings mounted above fuselage, wing skins, spoilers, and flaps of titanium aft of engine nacelles, circular semi-monocoque fuselage with rear ramp door, tapered fairing forward of T-tail fin tailplane junction, leading into Avgil rear fairing. Landing gear: hydraulically retractable tricycle type, primarily of titanium. Rearward retracting steerable twin wheel nose unit. Each unit comprises 2 trailing arm legs in tandem, each with a single wheel retracting inward through 90 degrees so that the wheels lie horizontally in bottom of fairings outside fuselage pressure south. Oleo pneumatic shock absorber in each unit. Low pressure tires, size 720 by 310 millimeters on nose wheels, 1050 by 400 millimeters on main wheels. Hydraulic disc brakes, telescopic strut, hinges downward from rear of each side of fairing to support fuselage during direct loading of hold with ramp door under fuselage. Power plant: 2 ZMKB Progress D36 high bypass ratio turbofans, each rated for 63.74 kilonewtons or 14,330 pounds force. Integral fuel tanks between spars of outer wings, thrust reverser standard. Accommodation: pilot and co-pilot navigator side by side on flight deck of basic AN-72 plus flight engineer with provision for 4th person. Heated windows, 2 windscreen wipers, flight deck and cabin pressurized and air conditioned. Main cabin designed primarily for freight, including 4 UAK 2.5 containers or 4 PAV-2.5 pallets, each weighing 2,500 kilograms or 5,511 pounds. AN-72 has folding seats along sidewalls and removable central seats for 68 passengers. It can carry 57 parachutists and has provision for 24 stretcher patients, 12 seated casualties, and an attendant in ambulance configurations. AN-74 can carry 8 mission staff in combi roll in 2 rows of seats with tables and with 2 bunks, 1 on each side of cabin aft the seats. Bulged observation windows on port side for navigator and hydrologist, provision for wardrobe and galley, movable bulkhead between passenger and freight compartments, with provision for 1,500 kilograms or 3,307 pounds of freight in rear compartment. Downward hinged and forward sliding rear ramp door for loading trucks and tracked vehicles and for direct loading of hold from trucks as described under AN-26 entry. It is openable in flight, enabling freight loads of up to 7,500 kilograms or 16,535 pounds, with a maximum of 2,500 kilograms or 5,511 pounds per individual item to be airdropped by parachute extraction system. Avionics: HF comms, VHF comm/nav, ADF, navigation weather radar nodes, Doppler pulse automatic navigation system linked to onboard computers, pre-programmed before takeoff on push-button panel to write a map display. Failure warning panels above windscreen display red lights for critical failures, yellow lights for non-critical failures. To minimize time spent on monitoring instruments and equipment. Odd Rod's IFF standard, AN-74 has enhanced avionics, including INS. Dimensions: external wingspan 31.89 meters or 104 feet 7.5 inches. Wing aspect ratio 10.31. Length overall for the AN-72 28.07 meters or 92 feet and a quarter 1.25 inches. Fuselage max diameter 3.1 meters or 10 feet 2 inches. Height overall 8.65 meters or 28 feet 4.5 inches. Weights and loadings: AN-72 weight empty 19,050 kilograms or 42,000 pounds. Max fuel 12,950 kilograms or 28,550 pounds. Max payload normal 10,000 kilograms or 22,045 pounds. Max wing loading 349.8 kilograms per meter squared or 71.62 pounds per square foot. Max power loading 270.6 kilograms per kilonewton or 2.65 pounds per pounds force. Performance: AN-72A at takeoff weight of 33,000 kilograms, 72,750 pounds on 1,000 meters or 3,280 feet unprepared runway. Max level speed at 10,000 meters is 32,800 feet. In configuration A, 380 knots or 705 kilometers per hour or 438 miles per hour. Performance for the AN-74-200 generally as for AN-72 except range with 2-hour reserves with max payload 620 nautical miles, 1,150 kilometers or 715 miles, with 5,000 kilogram payload or 11,020 pounds, 1,726 nautical miles or 3,200 kilometers or 1,988 miles, with 1,500 kilograms or 3,307 pound payload, 22,860 nautical miles or 5,300 kilometers or 3,293 miles. Length 28.07 meters, height 8.65 meters, wingspan 31.89 meters, max takeoff weight 34,500 kilograms, max wing load 349.8 kilograms per meter squared, max level speed 380 knots, max range 2,860 nautical miles, takeoff run 930 miles, landing run, wow, that'd be a long takeoff run, 930 meters, landing run of 465 meters, and a service ceiling of 11,800 meters. Here we can see there's one picture in the photo album showing a Soviet AN-72 parked at an airfield, and this must be, this looks almost exactly like what they're going for with that, that golden colored tarmac, if you remember way back from like the Ukraine campaign. I think that's what this is supposed to be with that hex pattern of concrete blocks. And here's the 3D model. You can see some bulges there. I think that's might be where the landing gear goes. It might also just carry like IFF or EW electronics and stuff or fuel. But you can see the unusual configuration with the the high wing mounted engines, because you got the wing on top and then the engines on the wing. And what this does, they kind of explain it in the text, but the exhaust flows over these control surfaces and basically produces extra lift, which contributes to the short takeoff and landing performance. And then also, like they said, that keeps foreign objects from being sucked in rather than when they're like down here. So helps with that too, all to help with operations from forward airstrips. So that is going to be the first episode for today. I hope you'll join us for the second one in probably an hour or so, depending on upload times. But with that, thank you all for watching and stay tuned for next time and stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.